Hello, welcome to today's NGX midday trading update. So I do this every midday, 12 noon, but the video goes out by 12:30 because 12:30, technically speaking, is the midpoint of the trading session for the Nigerian stock market. Market opens by 10, closes by 2:30. So if I'm right, 12:30 is the midpoint. What do we have here? I'd check the individual stocks, but let's look at the broad view. On the gainer side of things, we have what? Three firms up 10%, Star Communications up 10%, Veritas Capital up 10%, Airtel Africa up 10%. On the losing end of things, we have, looking like a strongly or much more reddish day because if I recall yesterday, we didn't have five gainers down 10% or five firms rather down 10%. But what do we have? Better Class down 10%, Total downstream down 10%, Okomo down 10%, Union Daikon down 10%, and Triple G down 10%. Now let's look at volume and value. I start with the value side of things, looking pretty low. At Zenith Bank with 383 million worth of shares traded. MTN Nigeria second, 315 million worth of shares traded. UBA 184.5 million worth of shares traded. NASCON 182.7 million worth of shares traded, and then Access Corporation 132 million worth of shares traded. So that's pretty. They're still young. It's very likely to have bigger transactions and all in terms of value and volume. For the volume side of things, and in case you're watching, the volume is on my right and the value is on my left. Now, I'm not sure what happened. There seems to be a change because usually I have value on my right and volume on my left. So in case you're watching and you're not too clear, the volume is on your right and the value is on your left. I think it was flipped. So looking at volumes, Sovereign Trust Insurance, 12.2 million worth of shares, 12.2 million shares, I beg your pardon, traded. QTix still stands second, 9.3 million shares traded. That's fairly large for QTix. LRLX 7.2 million shares traded, FCMB 7 million shares traded, and Universal Insurance rounds up the top five by volume with 6.3 million 6.3 million quantity of shares traded. So now let's look at the index. Where are we? The index measures average performance. Interestingly, the index is up 0.2%. So I wonder what's driving the index. I can't quite figure it. Let's see. Let's start with the premium subset. Access Corporation is up, Dangote Cement down, MTN down, Seplat down. So I don't see what's driving the uptick. I guess we'll see that in the final at the end of trading. So let's go look at some individual stocks. I'm conscious of time. It seems like, let's look at stocks I reviewed or some of them I had in my pre-market view. So Champion in the red, Custodian up, CWG in the red, Tana, ETI in the red, Unicel, FCMB in the red, Fitzing, Geregu in the red, Keja Hotel in the red. I'm not very much interested in this stock. So let's see Okomo. Let's see the bid trade offer for Okomo. Okomo on full offer. Interesting. So very likely if you put in a bid at maybe 917, it may fly through. Presco, what's Presco doing? 1,336 bid, 1,347 offered. So that's a spread of 10 or 11 naira. It's not a very big spread. What else do we have? UACN, yes, I've been monitoring this stock because of I'm not buying anything here. UACN. Bid 65.75, offer 67, much lower than yesterday. I was watching this stock yesterday, and I think I saw the stock started in the 70 something range, then the offer prices started to go lower and lower and all that. So today, it's very likely if you put in a bid at say 66, it very likely would go through. What else? Let's go check MTN. Let's see what the bid offer spread is for MTN. 399 tight. 399 bid, 399.9, essentially 400 naira offer. So that's a spread of one. So very likely um you have more offers than bids. So very likely you'd have lower price the bids or the buyers have their way. Okay, I see Zenith is up. So let's round up with they're still in the premium. So let's see what Zenith is doing. Maybe that's what's pushing the broad recovery in the index. I don't think so. 64.40 bid, 64.5 offered. So that's a spread of 10 kobo. The spread is the difference you have between uh, the bid and the offer price. Yeah, so that's pretty much how the day is going to shape out. Let's see how the end of session numbers will be. But it looks like we're going to have a positive day. Index as of now is up 0.2%. I'm not quite sure what's pushing up the index. Is it WAPCO? Let's see. I don't think it's WAPCO. Is it Zenith? Is it UBA? There has to be some large cap stock that's propelling the index. Is it Aradel? Okay, I didn't check Aradel, so let's see what Aradel is doing. Um, Aradel essentially just up. Okay, Aradel is up maybe 3 naira or so. QTix is down. Um, let's see. QTix has been on the downtrend since the Q1 numbers, which were quite poor, came out. Interesting. So I'm seeing 3.02 bids for QTix, 3.21 offers. That's a spread of 0.19, spread of 19 kobo and all that. That's a pretty interesting spread, but the volumes are high. I mean, that's what 11 million QTix shares traded so far. Yup. So that's pretty much about it. A refresher again. Let's see if there's anything interesting that's happened. Not much of change. Zenith leading by value, 530 million worth of shares traded. Sovereign leading by volume, 12.3 million shares traded so far. Beta, Total, Okomo, Union Daikon, and Triple G down 10%. While for the gainers, top three gainers, in fact, essentially top five, Dark Communications, Veritas Capital, Airtel Africa, Royal Exchange, that's a new one, and Mansard. So that's pretty much about it. I'll see you at market close. Have a good rest of the day.